car's got 30,000 miles, and I have had to replace the tires. So what did I replace them with? Well, I went with an Economical selection. Links in the notes if you want to see it right away, but first I want to talk about what the car had when I bought it. The car had Pirelli's P0s. They actually gripped pretty well. I know some people don't like them. I actually didn't think they were that bad. They gripped really well. They did slip and slide a little bit in the rain. They're a summer tire. They're not an all-weather tire, but I'm in California, so I don't see a lot of rain here. So it's okay to have a summer tire year-round. It really doesn't get below 40 degrees where I am, even in Northern California, some of the San Francisco Bay Area. So they were great tires, except they wore out like crazy. I mean, I replaced them at 20,000 miles. I probably should have replaced them at 15 or 16. I know some people have replaced them as early as 10. You know, I don't, if you see my other videos, I don't really beat up my car. It's a commuter car. I put a lot of highway miles on it. I drive it pretty gentle. I mean, I get on it, but I'm not so bad. I've never done a burnout in the car. So yeah, it's I think I'm pretty easy on tires. So I went with this. I went in a different direction than most people. I was really tempted to do like super sports or some Nittos because they're just freaking cool with great traction, or maybe even you can get takeoffs from another Mustang pretty cheap because people don't like the P0s. Other than the wear issue, I thought they were fine. But I didn't want to go in that route. So what I went with was American Tire, which once again, I got the link in the, down below, check them out. Sells a tire by a company called Barum. They're from Europe, so I'm not surprised if you haven't heard of them. The particular tire I got is called a Bravuris 3. This is an all-weather tire. It seems like it's popular on a lot of German cars, like BMWs and Mercedes, the more inexpensive ones, from what I read online. It was kind of a shot in the dark to try them, partially because I drive through much and I can go through a set of tires pretty quick. I didn't want to spend $1,200 on a set of tires. If this was a toy that sat in my garage, I'll spend $2,000 on tires. It's fine, especially track tires. But for a car you're just commuting in, it's pretty hard for me to want to spend that money. So these tires out the door, I think I bought some replacement certificates with them because I have horrible luck. That was another thing. I bought 2 replacement P0s with this car. I had a nail the second week I had the car, and a month after that, I drove over an Allen wrench, I think, somewhere and lost another tire. So I went through 2 tires pretty quick. So I always buy the certificates. That's probably a sucker's bet, but I spent the extra $60 or $65 for American Tire or something like that to get their certificates. So I think out the door I was like $660 or so with tax. I'm in California. It's almost 10% tax. It kind of kills you in my opinion. But for less than $700, I got a set of tires. Don't quote me. I think the warranty's $30,000. It might be $40,000. The warranty was pretty good. That was something critical to me. Is if they're gonna wear out, I want to at least get a discount on the next set. Tire warranties, in my opinion, are a little bit of a sham. They only cover you if it's tread wear at a certain time, and then it's a prorated. So it is what it is. But if I got 40,000 miles out of the tires, which for me would be about a year and a half of driving, I would be pretty happy. And we'll see. I'm sure I'll do an update video in a while with how it is, but I'm 10,000 miles in. I'm pretty happy with the tires. I will say it is nice going, I'd say the tires are amazing compared to my other tires in rain, but these are all-weather tires. They should be like that. So that is one of the nice things, is going from a summer tire to an all-weather tire. With a Performance Pack Mustang on this car, which is what it has, and you have the summer tires, it's amazing in the summer, but in the winter you kind of pay for it, slipping around a little bit, which is okay if you behave yourself. But in the winter, one of the nice things is, because it has actually started raining here in California, and I've had these tires about 6 months now, maybe 5 months, so mostly in the summer. They don't grip as well, in the summer, obviously. It's not a nice, grippy summer tire. But in the winter, when it's raining, they grip a lot better than my summer tires did, so in some ways, it's almost like I have better traction other parts of the year. I mean, ideally with this car, I should be doing what most people, you guys that live out on the East Coast or in the Midwest are doing, is is you're driving summer tires in the summer and winter tires in the winter, but it's just not something in California most people do, especially with a commuter car like this. So yeah, I don't know. Maybe next time I get a set of tires, I might do it. I've been watching to see if I can get a set of cheap takeoff P0s that come with rims, and maybe I can do a little swap or something. That might actually be worth it for me. But right now, I'm just going to use up these tires unless something comes along. But yeah, these tires have been great. Highly recommend them if you need an economical tire. He doesn't want to break the bank, but it's got, you know, it sticks fine when I get on it. They corner really well. I'd say 85% as well as the P0s, which is pretty good at the price point, maybe even 90%. You know, the one thing I do notice with them is when I try and get on it like a 0 to 60, I'm just trying to accelerate really fast. It does chirp the tires a little bit more. The P0 is gripped a lot better from a sitting start than these do. So I can't quite give it as much gas, which, you know, it's a trade-off. You buy a cheaper tire, they're not going to work as well. So yeah, they're good tires. I like them. But yeah, check them out. Link down below, American Tire. If it's your first time, you know, check out some of my other videos. Like, subscribe. I appreciate any comments. Let me know. If you have an Ecoboost Mustang, what are some other options for tires?